Okay, so Sarah, is it all right if I call you Sarah?
Yeah.
I'm Howard, as you know, and you've agreed to do a mock test with us today.
Yeah.
And you're happy for it to be recorded.
Yeah.
Great, and appear on YouTube.
Yeah. My friend said she'll look it up.
Yeah. So the main thing, just really you're a good sport. Thanks for doing this. You know, I'll let that talk. I just really appreciate it because you help so many people just sort of worried about doing tests. So the situation with you is if you pass your theory test, you haven't booked your practical driving test yet,
no.
but you're thinking about doing it soon, and you thought you'd take this opportunity to just have a go and see what it's all about. So have you done a mock test with James, your instructor?
Yes.
So you kind of know a little bit what it's about.
Yeah.
Already done that. And how did that go, can I ask?
Well, we've done a few. The most recent one I did, I passed. So.
Good. And we've literally met 5 minutes ago now.
Yeah.
And you just had a very short drive, about a 2-3 minute drive from your house to here where we're going to start. So we're not starting at the test centre in Norwich, we're starting at Morrison's. And I've planned the route. So at the start of your driving test, you know, you'll go and meet the examiner. He'll check your licence.
Okay.
He'll check your eyesight check, which we've done, so we're happy with that. Don't need to do that again because it's raining. Don't want to get back out of the car. And as you walk towards your vehicle, he'll ask you a tell me question, which may involve opening the bonnet.
Okay.
Which I'll ask you something in car.
Okay.
When we get started. In fact, I'll ask you it now. So could you show me how... No, sorry, rephrase that. We're going to do show me when we're driving. Could you tell me how you'd adjust your head restraints to give you the best protection in the event of a collision?
You press this button here.
Yeah.
And adjust it so it's about eye level, sort of between.
That's it. Correct. Good. Well done. And I'll ask you another question when we're driving.
Okay.
A show me question. So I'll explain a little bit about the test. So the test will last about 40 minutes.
Okay.
The test will include a period of independent driving. Today we're going to follow a sat-nav for about 20 minutes. We'll start with that. Also the test will include a manoeuvre that you've been practicing with James. Possibly an emergency stop. Okay. In terms of directions, just want you to follow the road ahead at all times unless road markings or signs tell you otherwise.
Okay.
That's that. Any questions before we get going? Are you happy to start?
Yes.
Okay. So I've got the sat nav ready to go, so I'm just going to press the button to start that. So hopefully that'll start talking to you. Let's go, it says, so do that. So yeah, so if the sat nav gets confused in the car park, which it may, I'll direct you to the exit.
Okay.
So we might have to ignore that if it starts telling you to go somewhere else.
You will arrive at
because we're very near the main road, it might think we're on the main road, so it could get a bit confusing. So when you're ready, I'd like you to start the engine and we'll follow it round to the left.
Okay.
And we're going to go out the same way we come in.
Okay. All right.
So it'll be the next left here where it says out.
Parking mode disabled.
Yeah, the sat nav is lost, isn't it? So just
We'll show it its way.
it was hopefully.
After 30 yards, go around the roundabout and take the 4th exit, Albion Way.
Okay, it's actually going to be right at the roundabout, the 3rd exit, not the 4th. should direct you correctly now, okay?
At the end of the road, turn right, A147, Koblenz Avenue. Turn right.
Do you follow the football?
No. Not at all. Do you?
Well, I kind of kept an eye on Norwich. Obviously, they
Yeah.
finished top, so that's good.
Oh, did
isn't
they?
it? Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
In the Premier League now,
Oh,
next season. So,
yeah.
get Spurs up here next year.
Get some.
I won't talk about football anymore.
That's
You just,
all right.
you just focus on the drive.
At the end of the road, turn left, A1054, Brackendale, then cross the roundabout and take the third exit, Martinlow Lane.
Just relax, you
Turn
recovered.
left, A1054, Brackendale, then cross the roundabout and take the third exit, Martinlow Lane. After 200 yards, cross the roundabout and take the third exit.
Okay, you'll need the left hand lane for that, okay? Oh, you're familiar with this, yeah?
I know.
Cross the roundabout and take the third exit.
Okay, so Sarah's in a 40 mph limit dual carriageway, and the speed limit ahead is changing to a 50. So we just pause it there so we can see we're coming up to that 50 limit. However, her speed starts to creep up. We're starting to get up to 45 there, just a little bit too early, so I've recorded a driving fault for this. Not serious on this occasion, but we're getting quite close to it with that excess speed. Okay, so we're about to exit the dual carriageway, and I'm noticing that Sarah's not checking her mirrors effectively or in pairs before we take that exit. So I'm just noting it here. I'm going to keep an eye on that. Okay, Sarah here demonstrates really good observations at this junction. So she's looking well to the right, and she notices the lights are changing. So vehicles from the right will start to proceed, and we can just see them in the shot there. So I'm just going to have another look at that. There's a van and a lorry both coming towards her. They're not signalling, so she really does make sure it's safe before she emerges out of that junction. Very good driving. You did well back there to wait, because they weren't signalling, were they? Okay, it's good that Sarah wants to make progress on overtaking lane 2, and she does initially get her speed up. However, later on she just drops her speed off, and we sort of drop down to 60 miles an hour, and we've got a car following behind that wants to pass, so she should really make progress here and get on with those overtakes. So Sarah's about to exit the dual carriageway, and again I'm not seeing mirrors before signal and not seeing those mirrors used in pairs, so now I have recorded a fault. As Sarah exits the dual carriageway, she gets very close to the solid white line, just going on top of it, so I have now recorded a driver fault for position.
Turn right towards Blowfield Heath.
Okay, so Sarah's in the exit slip of the dual carriageway, which is of course a one-way street. She's been asked to turn right at the end by the sat-nav, but look at the position. So Sarah needs to position more over to the right because that is a one-way street. So vehicles behind wishing to turn left could proceed. So I have recorded a driving fault. When it's safe to do so, could you put on your rear demister, please? And if you'd like to turn it off, when it's safe to do so. Thanks for that. Did you know what the speed limit was in that road?
I just thought because it was raining and the
Yeah, no,
person in front
it's
wasn't
not
very...
Chris. I just wondered if you knew what the speed limit was.
Yeah.
So what I like to do
After 300 yards,
pull up on the
you
left
have
and a
reached your
safe place.
destination.
Okay.
So pull up in a safe place of your choice. Just getting very quite close to quite a high curve there. You're just going a little bit too tight to that. Just get your speed off and then go in close.
You have reached your destination, Wood Bastwick Road.
Alright, thanks for that. That's the end of the independent drive. Okay, I just come in there because we were just getting a bit close to a high curve.
Oh, okay.
And to protect my wheels. Yeah, an examiner might let you scuff them. I'm not going to let you do that.
Too nice a car.
Yeah, look after. I'm looking after my car. Okay, so when you're ready, I'd like you to drive on. Okay, so I direct you now as the sat nav will stop talking to you. Okay. Have you ever been out this way? Okay, the next junction, I'd like to turn left. Just relax. Just relax. So the test nerves are just getting to Sarah a little bit now. She's starting to stall more frequently and visibly she looks anxious. So I'm going to look for a safe place for her just to pull up, just to give her a minute, just to calm her down. I'd like to take the next road on the right. It's just after the pink building. And if you could just pull up on the left, just along here. Just for a sec. Breathe. Have a minute. Just put it in neutral. Just that's it. Just relax your feet. Just relax for a second. Let it go. You just get a little bit tense there. Just chill out, and then we'll carry on. Yeah. Just you're doing fine. You're doing fine. So you just have a minute if you need it. Do you need a minute? Whenever you feel ready, in your own time, drive on. Alright. Take your time.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Very good. So I'll continue to give you directions. Alright? That's about it. they'll feel
They will.
different, you know. The crunch,
It sort of feels a bit heavier in a weird way.
Alright, thanks for that. What we're going to do now is an emergency stop exercise.
Okay.
So in a minute I'll ask you to drive one and just drive as you normally would to the conditions.
Okay.
And when I give you the signal, which will be stop, I want you to stop the car as quickly and as safely as you can. Because if a child will just run out.
Okay.
Okay. Before I give you that signal, I'm going to check all round to make sure they're safe. So please wait for the signal before you're doing it.
Okay.
Now, because your bag's just on the way, is it alright if I just put that on the floor?
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
so it doesn't remain there. That's it. Okay, so if we just wait for a second for the car behind to pass, okay, and then we'll get you moving. So yeah, so whenever it's safe, drive off. Stop. Thanks for that. Won't ask you to do that again. Whenever it's safe, drive on when you're ready. Right, thanks. At the roundabout, ahead. that instruction, a good tip there is like you was in a 50 when it's going to reduce.
Yeah.
So you think,
start-
do you know what? You can just think, right, it's going to be hidden like mirrors and I lift off.
Yeah.
And then okay, conditions are wet and Sarah's starting to follow the vehicle ahead a little bit too closely, ignoring the 4-second rule for the wet. Okay, so I'm going to use the grey wheelie bin as a marker, so I should be able to say only a fool breaks the 2-second rule twice. Only a fool breaks the 2-second rule, so we're following at just under a 2-second gap, so I've recorded a driving fault for following distance. Next set of traffic lights, I'd like you to turn left. Okay, the next set of traffic lights, I'd like you to turn left. Cheers, getting really quite close. Cheers, getting really quite close to that curve there. I think we would have touched that one if I didn't intervene. Okay, we're in a 20 limit and Sarah's done a good job at keeping to the speed limit along this section, and now just as the speed limit's changing she's creeping up that speed again a little bit too early. This time I've recorded a serious fault because we're up to 26 before those signs. We're approaching too many roundabouts quite close together. I'm going to turn right at the first, left at the second. Like I said, they're very close together. Right and then a left. To pull up on the left at a safe place of your choice. Alright, thanks for that. When you're ready, drive on. Okay, so Sarah's planning to turn right at a set of traffic lights on green. There's another learner vehicle in front also turning right, so she's going to turn in. Now there is another car behind, and here we should be waiting because the other car has priority. But Sarah decides to go. Now the other vehicle, the white vehicle there, is stationary, so I allow her to turn right as an intervention there could be more serious to the car behind. Now I looked at that many times, and this can be debated in the comments, so please comment, is it serious? Should I have intervened? Okay, here we have a vehicle ahead turning right, so Sarah's going to need to pass on the left. There is a cycle lane with a broken line, so I'm really looking for Sarah to check those mirrors. Let's look at that again. I'm watching, I cannot see the mirrors being checked before going around that car turning right. So I've recorded a serious fault for use of mirrors, change of direction. Okay, at the roundabout, I'd like you to turn left, second exit. Okay, ahead we have a vehicle reversing into their driveway on the main road. And so I'm looking for Sarah to check her mirrors before going around the obstruction. So I'm really watching. Action replay. Can't see the mirrors being checked before going around. So there could have been a motorbike overtaking. So again, I recorded a driving fault for mirrors before changing direction. Okay, planning to pass the lorry, looking for those mirrors to be checked before we turn out. Can't see those mirrors being checked. So we need to be thinking about motorcycles, cyclists passing us before we turn out. Okay, so looking ahead here, Sarah has a meeting situation to deal with a bus coming up the hill and a parked car on the near side. What would you do here? Would you go or wait? We should be waiting here. There's not enough room if the car door opens. So we've gone through, so I've recorded a fault for judgment meeting. Okay, next roundabout. I'd like to arguably that fault could have been recorded as serious. And if you just come to a stop along here, just anywhere here would do. Don't get too far up, that's it.
I just didn't want to park in front of a car.
Yes, okay, you're fine. So we haven't done our manoeuvre yet, so we're going to finish with your manoeuvre. So what I'd like you to do is reverse into a bay. So you can pick one on the left or the right, it's up to you, as long as you just finish between the lines.
Okay.
When you're ready,
Okay.
relax.
You said that a lot lately. Did I?
I just want to help you relax, if I can. Happy?
Yeah.
You in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just have a look, just to check. That's brilliant. You can turn your engine off. Relax. Well, someone say that. End of the test. Alright, you can take your seatbelt off. And yeah, I just have a set to finish that. I'll make a note of the time. 2:34. How you feeling?
Yeah.
So, how did you feel you did? Do you feel that you would have done enough to pass?
No, I feel like I failed.
Well, yeah, you would have done. There was a few
Yeah.
faults there that we would just do. If we just go through them, and then we can help you for the future. Yeah. So, I'll just finish off. So I haven't put your bay path on there yet. So we've done reverse park in a car park. Good. So lots of good stuff there. That's the thing. It's good it's recorded because you can go and focus on some of them good things. Like when you cross the NDR, that big roundabout. Very good. Lots of good stuff you're doing. So you've been taught well. There's a lot of good things going on with your drive. So the things that I would raise that would cause some concern would be, so if I start with any serious faults that I recorded, so I'm going to start with a mirror fault. So mirrors change of direction. I don't know how well you know the roads, but I'll flag it on the video. So it was on St William's Way. There was a cycle lane with a broken lane up the left side, and there was a car in front turning right,
Yeah.
and we had to pass it on the left. So I saw you check the mirror, but I didn't see this.
Oh really? Oh, I thought I had. Okay.
So we'll have to watch that video back closely. But as of now, I'm seeing the brake light, and so I'm thinking, check that mirror, and then there has to be a point where I have to sort of just check there isn't a cyclist. So whether you're checking that late or you checked it really early and I've missed it, but I saw the brake light, so I'm thinking, right, I saw you glancing that one, I'm thinking, get that left mirror checked. So there is a little bit of a theme with the mirrors. So that's what I've found is sometimes we're not checking the mirrors in pairs. So like you check that one a lot, but not so much the door ones. So I got a couple of faults like with mirrors for signalling, another couple with mirrors for changing direction and changing speed. So yeah, mirrors basically, and a lot of it is using the mirrors in pairs. But that one with the cycle lane going left, there's quite a hefty change of position. You know, you could have had a moped or a fast cyclist bombing up the left side. So So that's why there's more weight, because there's more risk. That's the one. Speed, use of speed. So we're in a 20 zone. This was Woodside Road. We'd just gone into a 20. We turned left at a set of traffic lights. CJ Ball, the motorbike place. I don't know if you know. No. Anyway, it was before the double whammy roundabouts.
Okay, yeah.
So that road,
Yeah.
we went into a 20.
Yeah.
And you were doing 20. And then the speed limit changed to 30.
Yeah.
Do you know what speed you got up to by the time you got to the 30 sign?
No.
26.
Oh.
So it's just creeping up. I was about to say, well, you better slow down, but now you're just going a bit early. And there's another.
I don't normally do.
So because that's significantly over the speed limit, like 6 miles an hour, it can't. It's sort of a bit more serious now. So you could get in danger of getting points.
Yeah. I got you.
So there was another couple where you did that, where the speed limit's changing and you're just going a bit early. I think one you was coming into a, God, I can't remember now, into a 40 and you got up to 44. It was just going a bit soon. So that's that one. So that's serious fault. And then there's the position one where I intervened, where you were just before the traffic lights.
Yeah.
There was a curb sticking out and you went over the drain curb, and I did just tip you that way a bit because I really thought we were going to hit that curb.
Okay.
And rather than just hit it, because what would be the consequences if we do hit it, apart from my
Your poor car.
car?
Well, I'd lose control and I might hit someone and the
That's
car
it.
falls,
Yeah, I mean, I've actually had
I get it.
a puncture before.
Oh, really?
Because I haven't got the best wheels for a tuition car. They're not big bouncy tyres. I've got 18-inch wheels. I know, stupid. So there's not a lot of give in these tyres. If you do hit, it could just blow it, and then we'd be in the rain walking home. Yeah. so I had to intervene there.
Yeah.
The other one where I intervened when you were pulling up, I was just getting a bit nervous. So I'm thinking you were coming a bit quick, a bit close, and if that goes, that's going to grind the old wheels and potentially damage the tyres. So so that was where that was serious. So the other little things, actually, if you can just turn your ignition, just because it's steaming up. So other things I've got here, new car, you're stalling. So you got 4 stalls there. Just try and relax. I mean, is it a problem when you're in your normal car?
No, not really.
Do you think nerves was a part in it? So that's why I just wanted to Okay, so we talked about mirrors, use of speed, we talked about that. Following distance, we did get close to a car on a couple of occasions, but then I marked the fault when it started to rain. So we'd crossed the NDR, we're before CJ Ball, and that light's where I grabbed the wheel. Yeah, okay. You got close to that, there's a bluey colour car like that, I think. So that sort of, what do you call that, turquoise? I think it's a bluey colour car. Anyway, you got a bit close, and then I think you realised you backed off. So I recorded a fault there. Progress on the dual carriageway. We got in lane 2 and we're kind of doing 6. We had an Audi behind. We could have got on a bit there. We were holding him up.
Oh, right.
So if you're in lane 2, get up to 17.
Yeah. Okay.
So I would say that. Oh yeah, question. Right, that I put you at fault for turning right. So right, let me draw a little junction. You'll know this, but there was a fault there that you might not be aware of. So we're coming up to a T junction like that. Put the old giveaway lines. There's a big triangle in the middle. Now, normally if you were turning right, and what you did, you position like that, so as if it was a 2-way street.
Yeah.
If that was a 1-way street for turning right, how could you position, or should you position?
Over here.
Over there. Are you aware of? There was a junction that you...
Is that coming off the off the dual carriageway?
So there you are in a 2-way, so you could have positioned right. And so why would that be important? Why would it be a fault, do you think? How can that...
Because you are holding up someone who wants to go the opposite way.
Yeah, so they could have gone that way, you could have gone that way. There wasn't. there is always the risk, I guess, if some silly person from this road turns in up on no entry on a blind bend, so you could be a bit defensive. You could argue, well, I was worried about that, but yeah, it was a one-way, so we could have positioned over. So I did record that fault, and I think that's
So I failed miserably.
oh no, there's something else. There is something else. Just picture back. You know the double mini roundabouts? We went right, then left.
Yeah.
And we went down that long roads and got to a set of traffic lights.
At the end.
That's it. St William's Way, we're turning right. There's a learner car in front turning right, blocking your view, and you went across. And there was a white car coming through. He had priority through there. They did. Now, in retrospect, if you can think back to that, what should you have done?
Wait.
I would have waited. Because they got the priority. Now, they were slowed right down because of the learner car in front of them. So I marked it as a minor fault, a driver fault, because the risk was quite low there.
But next time I should.
But any closer, let's say that hadn't been a white car and a motorbike just nipping through, then it's a totally different outcome. So I don't know if I'm being a bit soft on that fault. It felt
Maybe.
that's a higher risk as a driver fault. I'd want to go like just slightly, if it was slightly nearer or slightly quicker. You know, were you taking effective observation? I think maybe I'm being a little bit soft on that one, because if that had been a motorbike, that would have been a different story. So like with changing lane with the cycle lane, if there is, the risk is so high. So so that's that. So what I do, I'll get it prepared so you can watch it back, and I just really appreciate you being a good sport and doing that for us. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, so I'll hit the ends recorded. That managed to stay on. That's all right. Good.